Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today, after a hellish week of seemingly endless renovations in the apartment above us, the weekend is finally in sight as we sit down to watch .dogao playing as the Malay in red take on aM.Hearttt playing as the Lithuanians in blue. Now, while the players heard their Hurtables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get more Hurtables, there you go, and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP, why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup that we'll be watching today. Now, the Malay, a naval civilization that comes with a few late-game land features that are incredibly powerful. To start with, their battle elephants become progressively cheaper starting in Castle, all the way up to 40% off in Imperial. They do get all infantry armor upgrades for free, so we'll keep an eye on the top left of our screen, this middle bottom row box over here. And those very same infantry units, their militia line units, can be upgraded to cost only food, no gold. So while the Malay don't actually have champions, their two-handed swordsmen, when this upgrade is combined with supplies, cost only 65 food. And lastly, to help them raid their opponents as quickly as possible, the Malay can turn to their unique unit, the Karambit Warrior, an incredibly cheap, super fast, but overall kind of weak infantry unit that takes up only half a population space. So if you've got 20 of them, they only take up 10 population room. Now, in order to get you these late game features, these upgrades, these bonuses, whatever you want to call them, as fast as possible, the Malay do advance to the next age 66% faster than normal, which means you can either rush to the next age, or take your time, have a little sip of your favorite drink, meander through your economy, build it up, and then catch up to your opponents fairly quickly. Speaking of opponents, let's take a look at the Lithuanian on the right side of the map here, a civilization that focuses on their heavy cavalry. Lithuanian knights, cavaliers, paladins all get a free attack boost for every single relic that they collect, all the way up to a maximum of 4 relics for a free +4 attack boost. This feature, by the way, also applies to their unique unit, the Latest, a heavy cavalryman whose attack actually ignores enemy armor, making him one of the most deadly units in the game. Now, to gather these relics to get this free attack boost as fast as possible, Lithuanian monasteries do work 20% faster. And to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Lithuanian spearman line units and skirmishers do move 10% faster and can be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. Now, to build a robust economy to support their military endeavors, each Lithuanian town center does provide 100 food for free. So if you'll have caught it in the beginning of the game, the Lithuanians should have started with 300 food compared to the usual 200. And they can be harder to raid because they can upgrade their town centers to get extra range, +3 range, which does make them outrange a lot of mangonels in the game. Those are the two civilizations. We've got both players sitting at 15 villagers apiece. A good time for us as this annoying but beautiful lemon bush. Oh, look at that. Perfectly placed, actually. No, not annoying at all. That was actually quite fantastically placed. This lemon bush. I knew I liked these lemon bushes for a reason. A good time for us as the players now sit on 16, going up to 17 villagers each to look at their bases and see what is going on. Our Malay primary goal to the back. I like it. Primary stone to the front. Ugh, annoyingly placed on a hill. He's got 3 forests, small ones, one to the north, one to the southwest, one to the southeast. Additional gold to the front, to the side, and additional stone. A few sheep. Has he seen these? He has not seen these, so the DogAO has not seen all of his sheep, although looks like this scout probably will discover them by the time I finish this very, very slow sentence. There we go. I like that he's got a few forests to the back position as well. But on the whole, a fairly open base. Not the worst base, not the best base, but definitely is going to have to spend a bit of wood to wall this base off. Let's take a look at our Lithuanian as he is already headed up to Feudal off the back of 1 less villager, which means he should be exactly 25 seconds behind his opponent because they both have 0 idle time, which is very impressive. Our Lithuanian primary gold annoyingly placed here to the front. Primary stone kind of off the beaten track, but not really in the attack path of our Malay. His forests also one to the north, one to the southwest, but instead of being in the southeast, his is primarily in the east here. But his forward position completely open. He's got additional stone and gold to the back. And where his is tertiary gold all the way out here, annoyingly placed on the side of a hill. Now, our Lithuanian does have a relic right in the back of his base. And very interestingly, in the map, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. These relics seem to be in a nice zigzag shape and should be fairly equidistant from both players, to be honest. So not a real advantage or disadvantage to anyone with those 4 relics, except for that 1 relic to the back, the 5th relic, which is right next to the Lithuanian settlement, as Mother Nature is first to get aggressive here with his tiger attacking these 2 Malay militiamen. Malay militiamen, that's going to be very hard for me to say. Although generally they don't really either stay alive very long or they don't stay militia very long. So I don't really expect any issues with saying that. Spearman will engage with the scout, gets 1 poke off 18 HP. Bye-bye for this Malay scout, as he's doing a good job. Oh, I thought he would continue going east to pull the spearman out of position so that these 2 militias could have their way with the remaining spearman and a few of these villagers. This guy shows up, decides to back the hell away. Originally purposed for berry picking, he now becomes a lumberjack, a bamboo jacker. What is Blue doing here? The scout not really helping out, not really exploring. Heart just kind of taking it easy there in the middle of the map as his settlement comes under attack, but he is very confident that he can hold us with 2 spearmen and a skirmisher. I love that DogAo is just very, very gently inserting himself into the radius of the town center, perhaps hoping that Heartt is going to garrison some of these villagers and waste a whole bunch of idle time. But so far it is DogAo with 12 seconds of TC idle time. It looks like our Lithuanian has brought his scout back. Has he seen? No, he's just seen the 1 relic. So focused more on defending his settlement than actually gathering info and details about the map. Of course, makes sense. You are under attack, so discovering relics at the 11-minute mark while you're still firmly ensconced in Feudal Age is not exactly a priority. It looks like Red might actually lead him straight to that relic. And we've got 3 skirmishers, 2 spearmen. I don't know what Red thinks he's going to accomplish with this army, but it's pretty much done for. Is Blue going to try to sandwich him with any more military? No, there's nothing here. So we've got a first big engagement of the game. Skirmishers a little bit derping out their body blocking with their minimum range. Somehow, how the hell are these 2 militias still alive? They have taken a beating. Spearman, 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 you're missing the mark. But doesn't really matter. The second they engage, Red's army falls to its death. Although it does look like... Wait a second. Where did Red get a kill? I apologize. I must have missed where DogAo managed to get a kill. So the kill count currently stands at 2-1. No villagers have died in the production of this video, as these 2 incredibly weak spearmen. Okay, I thought they were going to go on a mission of exploration. Spearman line of sight is actually not terrible, so not the worst unit in the game to scout with, especially when they're injured, especially when you're investing in ranged upgrades. Although not really knowing what's going to come out of that Malay settlement, since this is Heartt's vision right now. He has no eyeballs on the other side of the map. So keeping them close to home. By the way, Malay, the same thing. Except he still has his scout. So that's DogAo's kill. Is I see now Blue no longer has a scout. There it is. There's that Blue dead body. I knew I'd discover it eventually, but who got the kill? None of the villagers. Not the town center. And anyway, we'll have seen that in picture, so I'm not really going to belabor the point. The kill count still stands 2-1. And our Lithuanian might want to start exploring the map now. He is kind of safe at home. He doesn't know that because, again, his vision is non-existent. He doesn't know what's going to pop out of this ether, out of the darkness here, the fog of war. So he's still kind of hanging out in the front of his base. Heartt, very little gold, decent amount of food. 33 villagers to 35. Somehow Heartt with 0 TC idle time, because I wonder why. He is down 1 or 2 villagers. That's strange. I'm trying to figure out why that is. It's our Malay who has 14 seconds of TC idle time, right? Where's our Lithuanian? Unless our Malay is just skipping upgrades left, right, and center. No, he's got loom. I think we saw that loom before. Both players have loom. Has he discovered this relic? Yes, he has. Okay, so our Lithuanian knows at least the location of 2 relics, the one in the center and the one to the right. Spearman guarding against the very aggressive Ibex Deer 1-2 combo here, as yet again the Malay sneaks into the base unbeknownst to Blue. He's just having a field day exploring what's going on here. But man, oh man, these Malay archers need to be careful. They came here, they came to play, but a whole bunch of skirmishers. And here we go. This is a fantastic move out of Dogao, luring the entire skirmisher force while his archers moving through the back. They might catch a villager here. And of course, I pivot away at the most terrible time, the worst time possible. But we finally managed to catch the first villager kill of the game on camera. Might catch a second. Oh, he's going straight into the archers. Oh, you silly lumberjack. The rest are running straight to the town center. And 3 dead Lithuanian villagers are what Dogao has to show for that brilliant maneuver where he pulled all of those skirmishers out of position with a single spearman. But where are his skirmishers? They finally made it back home. Where did they come from? They must have... I'm not too sure how he entered his base because he's gone full Howard Hughes here. Wave of the future, he says as he sneaks in his skirmisher somehow. Maybe he deleted a palisade and rebuilt it. But now the Malay army has to back away. He is going up to Castle is red, about 12, 13 seconds behind his opponent. Perfect split there by those archers. His scouts try to engage. Perhaps he didn't see that there's these guys with long sticks here. And so his scout, 1 of 3, does die. And that's basically it. Killing a tiger on the way. Of course, why the hell not? Get that trophy for your library. And that's it. Our Malay has done a good amount of damage, so he returns home. He's 30 seconds away from Castle. There really is no point in risking the lives of these archers, especially if you're going to upgrade them further. He does have a +1 attack and range. These skirmishers have a +1 attack and range and armor, though. He returns with these 2 scouts, but he's going to discover that this base is now completely walled in. Yep, discovers it. And in about 10 seconds, both players are going to be in Castle. Immediately crossbow, immediately bodkin. So there you go. Why risk the lives of these crossbowmen in order to kill skirmishers when you know you're going to just upgrade them to crossbows, make them a lot more powerful? And oh my goodness, speaking of a lot more powerful, he's up to 15 archers. We're getting an elephant. That is not something you see every day out of the Malay, especially this early in Castle Age. But we have a battle elephant now. In Age of Empires, when the developers giveth, the developers also taketh away. And so when the battle elephants, which right now are 30% cheaper, which is just a ridiculous discount, Take a look at the top left of your screen. They don't get the last 2 armor upgrades. So these battle elephants are stuck in Feudal Age armor as the first one waddles, the second one pops out. Now they are slow AF, so they're not going to be able to catch or do very much damage against these skirmishers. Maybe they will. I don't think they will. 0.88 to the 1.06. Oh, right. I forgot they're Lithuanian. So there's absolutely no way they're catching up with these 10% quicker moving Lithuanian skirmishers. But you know what they are good at? Zoning out the Lithuanian army, which now has to run away. It can't really accomplish much, can't really do much anymore. There's a scorpion moving forward. So this is an army of a Malay designed to shoo away, like swatting at a fly. Not really trying to kill the fly, because you know it's going to be very difficult. You know, your human hand is never going to be quick enough to catch a fly unless you're lucky, or unless you're Neo from the Matrix and you see a bunch of 1s and 0s and numbers and shit. But this is just enough to shoo these guys away. Get the hell out of my settlement, because there's no way blue can engage into red. Red cannot even catch up to blue, since both his spearmen and his skirmishers move faster than normal. And even if they didn't, the elephant couldn't catch up. Okay. And the exact same thing happening here to the right side of the, or bottom side rather, of the map, as, oh my god, these skirmishers are getting, what the hell? Look at these magic skirmishers. They're just one-shotting these crossbows. Oh, another band moves in from the north, but they're moving into the same trajectory as the ones from the south. They probably should have gone around to this side of the forest, but in comes a chunky boy, and he says, "You are not attacking my friends." That being said, oh goodness gracious, without the armor upgrades, he is a soft, lovably large, but soft target. Like a big cuddly Santa Claus with a long stick with a sword at the end of it. And down goes the last spearman out on the map. Our Lithuanian still does have 2 spearmen somewhere. And to counter the chunky boy, the Lithuanian monk does come out. Still 0 relics apiece. I see a very slow-moving dot, but I thought that was a monk. So our Lithuanian choosing to invest his gold-laden monks into conversion duty as opposed to relic gathering duty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 relics still out on the map. Okay, interesting. So players disengage. Good time for us to look at the bases, see what's what. A third town center going up for our Lithuanian. Ooh, probably would have been better off deleting some of these palisades and putting the town center maybe a little bit to the south. Okay, he does it now, but a little bit too far from the gold. This one I like as well, creating a bit of a defensive barrier here to the north. Our Malay, very aggressive town center. This one to the north we saw going up a lot earlier, but not really choosing. Again, he could have just deleted this house and placed the town center here. But in any event, we've got another scuffle to the center of the map where a ballista, a scorpion, now a second will bite the dust. Did they get a single kill here? No. Now the Lithuanian monks are coming to heal up the badly injured units. Yeah, they're down about 20% of their HP, so pretty badly injured. No, crossbows. Crossbows. Even without ballistics, when they move in a freaking straight line, is it easy to snipe these units? Mangonel, though, this really is an insane game of counters so far. Archers countered by skirmishers, skirmishers countered by elephants, elephants countered by monks, everything that blue has countered by this Mangonel. Oop, the relic is gone. Another relic being brought forward, so we should have... Okay, we actually have 2 relics to 1 for our Lithuanian, who's now getting a university. I assume for ballistics. Does red have a university as well? No, he does not. He is going cavalry play now. Light cavalry, wheelbarrow, redemption, handcart. Our Lithuanian economy is 2 villagers ahead. Heart is housed at 105, which is what all of these white blue boxes are on the middle map, mini map rather. 4 relics to 1 for the Lithuanian, and he is now maxed out. This is about as bad as it could possibly get for the Malay when it comes to this. Attack round misses by the Mangonel. Oh yeah, he let the Lithuanians have their way with these relics. And now all of a sudden, I mean, there's a reason blue has gathered 4 relics this quickly. Ah, you don't get my elephant, says Dogao as they in tandem die there. And now he's got enough skirmishers to really even one-shot light cavalry. Let's take a look at the upgrades. So 3 attack, because they don't give any bonuses whatsoever. And he's got 23. What's 3 times 23? 69. And these guys have 60 HP. So yeah, there are enough skirmishers here to one-shot these light cavalry units. Oh, we saw this yesterday. How annoying is this? Path away from the frickin' castle units. How annoying is that? You want to place down your castle, you want to start pumping out units ASAP, you want to secure the location so your villagers can go mine gold as fast as frickin' possible. And that's when your army chooses to do a nice parade demonstration, goose stepping left, right, and blocking the construction path. And oh no, this base is open. I say this a lot. 2 dead villagers so frickin' fast. I say this a lot. When you get up to 70, 80 villagers, even 60, it becomes very hard to micro all of them, especially the lumberjacks. You have to keep a very close eye on your lumberjacks so they don't create openings to your base. When you use resource patches as part of the wall off, the same principle applies. But generally, you don't really have to keep an eye on your gold miners. For example, these guys, you have to keep an eye on them. But it's the lumberjacks who always betray. I forget the name of the... who was the Spartan who betrays Leonidas and shows the Persian army the path through the mountains? I forget his name, but that's what the lumberjacks basically are if you don't keep a very close eye on them. For example, these guys as well. They're going to cut through these trees, then they're going to get to this bamboo, they're going to cut it down to 0, and all of a sudden there's an opening. And you're so focused on your army, you're so focused on not dying, you're so focused on multiple fronts at once. For example, 1 front, 2 front, possibly a 3rd front. He's seen the castle, won't venture into there, I bet. And so you don't really realize when your lumberjacks just absolutely destroy your ability to wall yourself in. Crossbows get a few villagers, but then they get got. And finally, Elatus is out. A little bit late to the party. Red's not here no more. As this Mangonel, instead of going into the castle fire, of course, pivots south to try to get some of these crossbows. And here we go. Redemption monks are trying to bust a hole into this Malay base. saying, hey, I know that you found a gap in mine. I'm not even going to bother to look for a gap. I'm just going to make one of these houses. This one, actually, you didn't convert anything other than this house. It's probably going to get deleted. Red might want to wall this behind here. And Karambits are out. Age of Empires Zerglings have entered the chat, but they are fighting into a castle. By the way, blue did get ballistics, which means these Karambits are donezo. But here we go. They close on the skirmishers. But with the Lechai support, the Karambit, let's take a look at the stats because it is incredibly weak. 30 HP for this unit. It really is designed to just outnumber and overwhelm an opponent because look at this. One converted dead Karambit, not even a single skirmisher kill, and all of those Karambits died. You need a good number of these guys. 8 is not going to cut it. At a 0 at the end of that, you might stand a chance against Lechai, but he is facing +4 for free now. That being said, if you take a look at the top right of your screen, you'll notice that Heart hasn't even gotten forging. So right now, the Lithuanians don't get blast furnace. So even though he's an Imperial, it really does cap out at a Castle Age attack upgrade with iron casting. And his Lechai are a little underwhelming right now. Their armor upgrades are not great. Their attack upgrades, he's got the free +4 boost, but aside from that, again, no forging, no iron casting. He's instead getting chemistry and two-man saw. Oh, I missed this in yesterday's game with the Viper and his Spanish conversions of his Aztec villagers. It looks like this guy got a conversion as well on that one villager. Yep. And now he's just going to hang out. We'll keep an eye on him to see if he does anything silly or fun or strange. I'm surprised that this blue house is still up. I thought for sure he was going to delete it and try to penetrate the ooey gooey center of the Malay base, the Malay Tootsie Pop base. Another conversion? Oh no, there's another monk here, and he's going to definitely get another conversion. Yep. So Dogao being as about annoying as humanly possible here. Oh no. He's converting barracks. What is our Malay doing? He seems a little bit confused. Halberdiers, Karambits. I know you want to counter the Lechai. I mean, look at this Lithuanian army. It is gearing up to be about as badass as... Oh, no. Oh, no. Now he's streaming Karambits in one at a time. Yikes. This Lithuanian army is about as Hulk Buster as you could possibly get. Bombard cannons, hand cannoneers, Lechai, 2 converted Karambits, 2 trebuchets, 3 monks. It looks like the Malay rear end here has been cleared up by a pair of Lechai, 4 kills, probably 2 monks, 2 villagers. Yep. And what is our Malay going to do? What is he doing? He bought food. He bought food. He sold stone. He bought food. He is getting elite Karambits. He's got 4 Karambits. He's getting elite Karambits. Now, the good news with Karambits, he, number 1, has 2 castles for a while. Once this Lithuanian Treb starts packing, unpacking, might be a different story. But they are redonkulously cheap. They cost 15 gold and 25 food. And he's got a good amount of food for that. He's got enough for about 10 Karambits at the moment. And I believe they are the quickest training unique units in the game. If you take a look at the bottom left of your screen, how fast this unit frickin' trains. So he's going to start massing his Karambits. He's already up to 21. That's how quickly you can build them. A second ago, he had 4. Now he's got 24. What he doesn't have is time. He probably wanted to use these 21 stone miners to get enough stone for yet another castle so he could pump out triple Karambits at a time. Instead, he finds himself spending this stone repairing this castle, which in all fairness is training a good amount of Karambits. He's up to 37. Holy shit. Literally 3 sentences ago, he was at 24. What are their upgrades? Karambits are not yet fully upgrades. He's engaging a minute. He's not engaging, but it looks like he wants to engage a minute before Blast Furnace is complete. Oh, the Karambits are luring the Lechai. They tried to lure the Lechai into the Halberdiers, and now the entire infantry army is moving forward. It is going to try to swarm over this, but it is exactly upside down. The Karambits should be to the top. The Halberdiers should be at the bottom. The Lechai are on the high ground. The skirmishers have absolutely had their way with this. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was disgusting. And Gao's army just melts. Let's see what happened there, because that was pretty good. That wasn't terrible maneuvering out of him to start with. And then something just happened. Let's take a look. We're going to look at it in real time again, because I suspect what he wanted to do is use these karambits to lure the Lechai into a halberdier trap. Let's see it. The karambits move forward, then they pull back, luring the Lechai, attempting to lure the Lechai into halberdiers. But the Lechai smart enough, they retreat. Halberdiers move forward under a hail of skirmisher javelins, and now the, again, Malay army is completely upside down. The karambits should be to the north, attacking the skirmishers. The halberdiers should be to the south, attacking the Lechai. And the Lechai had the high ground, and there was just not enough Malay here to deal with this. At the same time, it looks like this... Oh my goodness. 6 kills. 4 of them. Economic. So this Latest had his way with these stone miners here. And actually, one last thing. I do apologize. I don't mean to keep rewinding. Let's actually look at the numbers. Let's get rid of the Trebs, the Monks, the Bombard Cannon. So you had 29 Karambits and 22 Halberdiers. So you got a 51 army supply against 26. 12 is 38, 49. So not that, actually the exact same army count with the 2 converted Karambits. And that is not where you want to be as the Malay. That is absolutely not where you want to be as the Malay. Tower shields for some reason for our Lithuanian. Why is he getting tower shields? Tower shields is the upgrade that gives his skirmishers and spearman line units 2 extra pierce armor. Are you really scared of these 2 crossbows that are still inside this archery range? Why did he think he needs pierce armor? I don't know. In any event, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But 51 army supply to 51 is not what you want to see when you're the Malay. That Karambit number should not be 29. It should be 49. Unfortunately for him, like I said, this castle was just getting way too gunned down. He had no way to defend against these Trebs. Now 4 of them on the high ground, dealing 25% more damage. And so he engages here again. These guys... Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind. He engaged properly. Unfortunately for him, the cavalry, the Lechai, just moved back, south, and west. Look at the maneuvering out of blue here. Look at the movement of the Lechai. And in the blink of an eye, 2 seconds later, all of a sudden, the Halberdiers are fighting a unit that has bonuses against them. +4 attack. While the Karambits are stuck with their massive 40 HP now that they're elite, still 24 seconds away from Blast Furnace, fighting uphill against Lechai. Number 1, you never want to fight Lechai uphill, for God's sake. Number 2, especially if you're a freaking Karambit warrior. This is not a unit designed to last very long. This is not a, this is more of a one and done unit that's just designed to overwhelm, like I said. Front rank dies, second rank dies, third rank dies, fourth rank dies, fifth rank gets the job done. That is what the Karambit warrior is. But fantastic. I didn't notice it the first time when I was asking why are the Halberdiers to the north? Because the Lechai were here literally a second ago. Fantastic maneuvering out of Heart. And now he engages, guts the entire Karambit line. And the Spearmen don't stand a chance against the Skirmishers. And all of a sudden, despite the fact that he has 144 villagers, he is now not walled in, fairly open settlement, a bunch of exposed town centers, a bunch of idle villagers here, 19 of them idle. Castle is down. And like I said, very sour for our Malay. He wanted to use his stone to build another castle, I guarantee it. I don't think he wanted to waste 300, 400 stone repairing a castle. He wanted to have another one so that he could pump out more and more Karambits. 29 just not getting the job done. By the way, did the blue Karambits survive? That would be hilarious. No, they did not. And this Lithuanian army is just, again, this is a Hulk Buster army. This is designed to just wreck you. 4 Trebs, 2 Bombard Cannons, a bunch of hand cannoneers with their +10 attack bonus against infantry. Yikes. Our Malay didn't stand a chance in a full frontal. I loved the maneuver. I suspect he tried to lure the Lechai out, but ultimately it failed. And so I think he realized his castle was about to go down. He needed to take a fight. He needed to at least put some kind of pressure to stop this Lithuanian army juggernaut of 62 army supply that's heading his way, although it was 51 a second ago, as we saw before. And man, oh man, did this teach us a lesson about the karambits, about the Malay army. Again, the battle elephants are same principle, by the way. They're 40% off, so you can mass them, but they're missing the last 2 armor upgrades. You see this big gap, this gaping hole here next at the top left of your screen? They are missing those upgrades. They are not designed to take a punch. They don't come with extra armor. They don't come with faster movement speed, extra attack like other civilizations do. They are there to overwhelm, die, and then let the next wave take over. 82 karambits, 31 skirmishers, PKPM, middle of the game, PKPM, beginning of the game. Impressive APM out of Heart, 200. By the way, at the time of playing this, I believe Heart is the #1 top-ranked player in the world based on Elo at the moment. And not tournaments, not anything like that, but based on Elo alone, I think Heart is the #1 player. And what a seesaw. The economy is almost identical, literally 400 resources apart. 4 relics, to be honest. Very impressive. But he's still 17 seconds away from forging. So impressive, but on the whole, slightly underwhelming. But at the end, he didn't really need them. Let's take a look at conversions, by the way. Actually, economy, more food and stone for our Malay. I'm surprised with so much stone. He only got 2 castles up? Am I getting that right? Only 2 castles. And he dies with 841 stone. That's crazy. He definitely, I mean, Heart picked the perfect time. I don't know if it was intentional or just happened by luck, because I don't think his scouting here was anything particularly spectacular, but he picked the perfect time to put on pressure. Again, these villagers did not want to be repairing that castle. They wanted to be putting down a 3rd castle and start pumping out karambits. 11 out of 163 is not bad, about 6%. 3 out of 93, about 3%. So conversions, kind of, but not really playing a role, especially since we know a bunch of these 11 conversions are actually karambit warriors. Both players losing 3 structures apiece, but at the end of the day, a good lesson for everyone. If you're gonna play Malay, doesn't matter if you choose them or if it goes random, numbers, overwhelm them like zerglings. It's the same principle. Wave 1 is going to die, you know it. Wave 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 is going to die, but wave number 6 definitely is going to kill your opponent. And lesson number 2, do not fight Lechai uphill. Do not fight Lechai uphill. And with those well-learned lessons, it is Heart who takes the W, but GG in a cute game to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.